Good morning. I myself Rajendra Prasad from EEE VVCE. I welcome you all for today's session, Mind Your Mind. When I started the Sugnan Bharat mission with a one-point agenda, how to keep the young people in India out of diabetes by 2030. In the journey of research, I understood the importance of mind while coordinating with the body. Those outcomes I am going to share with you today in today's session. The first, in the COVID-19 situation, in a pandemic condition, in the nation, people have to be with a mantra called cooperation, coordination, and coexistence. This cooperation and coordination will help people to come to a coexistence. Coming to the topic, the mind. As per our knowledge, we all know that mind has four status: conscious, subconscious, unconscious, and superconscious. But the point here, the conscious is so disturbing agent. And it always you have to catch. But subconscious, it always be there waiting for your suggestions. But unconscious will sleep, superconscious, you have to connect wisely. Because of these disturbing thoughts, people find panic during these emergency conditions. The thoughts are going to be a constructive and sometimes destructive. With respect to a lockdown, if we are going to understand, the lockdown declared after Janata curfew immediately, the only one intention is to curtail the peak curve of medical treatment. While flattening the curve, imagine 130 crore people in India need to be treated or tested. So 4,500 rupees required each person. How much money India has to spend? There is no guarantee of the survival. In this condition, the flattening the curve was very, very important. So immediately lockdown declared. In the moment, if the thoughts are not constructive, if they are destructive, and the problem starts. So where comes the mind, the program? So what is the human mind weakness? It always stores unwanted negative emotions because it's already been trained since 15 years loading negative emotions. So coming to the positive happenings, it always neglect. It's a casual thing it takes. So in this moment, it's very important to maintain a dictionary of positive mindset. In order to do, we have to feed the talk. Whatever the positive things happen in our life, we have to feed it. Then only the proper dictionary of positive mindset develop. Here is an exercise for you for 30 seconds. You can talk to your body. It's an exercise. I request all of you to sit straight and close your eyes and feel how you closed your eyes. Good. Open your eyes. Nice. Now the second is focus your attention on the tip of the nose. Keep focusing, and once you feel the pain, close your eyes slowly. Take a deep breath, slowly release. Say yourself, my eyes are completely closed. I closed my eyes totally. Deep breath. Command your body, my eyes are completely closed. Now feel how you closed. Then open your eyes. Here this test is for to understand what the difference you noticed in these two exercises. Hope in the first exercise, the moment you asked to open the eyes, you could. But coming to the second, you felt little difference. In the second exercise, you didn't command your body to open your eyes slowly. Without command, you tried to open it. What you understood from this exercise is your body listens to your words. Your body listens to your words. Then why body is not under the control of mind? When mind wants, body will not coordinate. When body wants, mind will not be there enough. So why it happens? Because the body is not trained for your words. Very important. The next topic is with Mind Your Mind program of today's. So what is Mind Your Mind? See, WHO says with this pandemic condition, it's very important to handling social isolation, focus on facts and reject the rumors and theories. Handling emotional problems are very important. What is not advisable? Emotional issues after recovery to be treated properly, and recognize mental health problems in near and dear ones surrounding to you, and person with mental illness must be caretaken first. So this all possible when all of us work on UHV, that is universal human values. If values are there, all will go smoothly. In case you observed the previous slide, so how the mind is disturbed. In the disturbing mind, it's very difficult to handle all these things effectively. So time, a lockdown or a pandemic condition, we can make use of this time to reset our mind, and make up the mind to live and let live. So we also live and we make others also to live properly. But the condition is, see here, reverse control affect the mind. What is that reverse control? Imagine a mind, something comes to the mind command to the brain. So brain releases the chemicals, so immediately body releases the hormones. So body command the family command the community command the society command or demand with the nation. But during this COVID-19, at the time of March, nation was confident to face the situation. So immediately lockdown declared. So because of this lockdown, the society got confused because they were not trained decades ago. Okay, it's not happened till now. So 1918 was the flu, the condition was occurred, but this generation, they are not experienced. So society confused. Though because nation controlled the society controlled the community, their convincing more required. Community controlled the family controlled the body controlled the brain controlled the mind. So reverse control occurred, but mind thoughts are haphazard. So when thoughts are haphazard, action also, and action decides the attitude decides the destiny. So people are totally confused what to do during this pandemic condition. The responsibility of each individual matters here. Coming to the next topic, what is COVID-19? It is unexpected, but we are all exposed. In this, focus on facts. Very, very important is focus on facts, reject the rumors and any theories behind this. So consequences, what occurred? Because of the COVID-19, the biggest COVID-related consequences are, number one, other than health-related consequences related to mind, panic. What is that? Upper middle classes are under panic because their investments, their business, so many things comes to halt. So the second one is mass unemployment. It is in the middle class. If the job losses, so where they can find their livelihoods. Poverty and homelessness. So it is in below poverty line people, they lost their livelihood migrating from city to the villages. Then social distancing induced isolation. Social distance to be maintained. Continuously we are maintaining years together or months together. It becomes a habit of social distancing. But after 5 years, what it becomes, and it is an induced isolation. Two people may not come together to discuss heartfully. Then there is another training required, make the people to put together. The next one is, I'm coming with the mind-related issues, once again with the panic. So if we don't know how to handle the emotional problem properly, then the panic button will be turned on. So here, each house or every family will face this problem. So there is a misunderstanding, children got confused, and housewife works are underappreciated in India, and Trapped at home means once the lockdown occurred, so many crises. This is the database given in front of you. But my point is to concentrate towards the children. So this coronavirus makes the children so anxiety. What happens in future? Not the future, about their school, about their exam. The main point is they are not able to talk to their friends. They are not with their friends. So these emotions to be treated properly. So managing coronavirus anxiety for kids and students. The first one is reassure them that they are safe. Very, very important, because if they are under panic, then it is difficult to convince them. So how you can start with? You go by law average theory. If a student or a kid under panic, so coronavirus or something happens, I am not going outside. If I go outside, I get attacked by this virus. So ask them through law of average theory that did you notice physically the person died because of coronavirus? He may or she may tell no. Then any cases in the next street, any cases in the city, like that, then take the average. With all precautions we are taking, nothing will happen to you people, because the law of average theory says if it is next to you, then only you can be bothered. Or you take precautions that will protect you more. Then coming to the students or the children, listen to them properly, because in the school days they were able to discuss with their friends, share their emotions, but today at home they are locked. They don't have any options other than online classes. It's also in one line, so they will listen, they may not be able to share their emotions back or their doubts. If they are, it's well and good. If not, then listen to them. Make the children to sit and you stand and listen. If you make children to stand, they start lying. They may start lying. So better make them to sit and ask their problems. Listen, but don't advise. Don't give any suggestions. Record it, and finally you can make it out. Then 30 seconds to wash the hands. So if you command a boy or a student or a kid, it may not know what is 30 seconds. Even teenage people also can't. They may understand what is 30 minutes, but 30 seconds, how they can monitor every time. So this is to be practiced with. Whatever you want your kid to practice, be with the kid and be practice with the kid itself. Up to some time, then kid will maintain the remaining. Then quality vision, it's very important. You are panic and you want to see more news statistics, but the jargons and index values, what they project in the news channels, this kid or a student may not understand. If they can't understand, they can't share, and there is no guarantee what's happening, then it is a disaster. The next one is all the question nowadays is going on the school issue or a college, a school. Now, why the students go to school? Because of a creating of a routine work. There is a structure, routine work. Every day they go to school, periods, they complete it, come back, they study. This routine, why can't you create at home itself? So why you wait at school to design a timetable? You design your own timetable because you know what your kid want to become. Discuss with them, and according to that, you prepare a timetable, because schools and colleges prepare a timetable for knowledge delivery, but you prepare a timetable to make the values delivery, because value is very, very important nowadays in India. So prepare a timetable with whatever the values you want to inculcate in your child with all physical activity, then definitely children will appreciate. Coming to the next topic, daily activity diary. It is very, very important that at the time scale and activity to be managed. Then only student or a child can monitor its activity every day. Okay, maybe one day, first day it may not follow. You take a calendar where the child is not following or a student is not following, take a red marker and put a wrong mark on that particular day. Suppose the next day that the student or a kid is able to do whatever the daily routine, then put a right mark through the green marker. So in a week ahead, you check how many right marks are there. Then give some incentives to the kid. Kid will understand, I must adhere to this. This is an incentive-based promotion or induction, induct the qualities. Then coming to the next, it is very, very important to prioritize. Once the daily activity diary is prepared, educate them how to select the activity on the basis of urgent and important. If it is urgent and important, do it right away. In the first quadrant, they have to put all the activities. Then second one is, it is not urgent, but it is important. Then help the student to plan and to do as early as possible. Then the third one is, it is urgent but not important. Then help them or help the student to delegate the same to others. They can do it immediately when this person is engaging in some other activity. The third one is not urgent and not important. This is what the present 80% of the student community we observed. They always hang with the not urgent and not important tasks rather than important and urgent. So when situation comes and demand, they become panic. So it's a right time in a COVID-19, during this, you can build this value system in a child to concentrate first with urgent and important. Later is the second, not urgent but important. Third one is urgent but not important. The final one, it can dump or it can be postponed. The next one is, so related to the professionals, housewives, okay, the people. As I already said, the work of an housewife, it is thankless job. Okay, so if you are an housewife or you are a working woman and taking care of the house also, you should never expect thanks from anybody. You accept it. It is a very challenging situation and you have to balance. So many things here to discuss. Emotional balance is a challenge because in a very regular days, people were dispersed from the house. But today, they are all inside. So how to balance their emotions? So you are at the center to manage properly. In the economy, in grocery usage must be proper because everybody noticing, especially the kids are there, they are noticing whatever you do waste, they definitely keep in their mind. And it may amplify in future, you cannot educate them. And coming to, will this end? There is another panic question. Will this pandemic condition end? We too don't know. We have to coexist with cooperation and coordination. Then try Ayurveda. So even a common cold, people may think it is a COVID-19 effect. No. Try all Ayurveda to improve the immunity. See, there is a line. Without touching the line, if you want to prove that line is short, then you have to draw one more line next to that, a bigger one. By comparing that bigger line, this line obviously shorter. So what is that bigger line? It is the health immunity system of a body commanded by the mind. Then with all these things, body pain issues, of course, everybody end up at the body pain issues. So emotions, body pain issues, social obligations may lead the person to a depression or OCD. What is OCD? Obsessive compulsive disorder, psychological disorder. If you notice any person with depression and OCD, immediately refer to the counseling or psychologist or psychiatrist for the treatment. Then, what are the opportunity in front of an housewife or a working woman at home? It is an opportunity. Each member of the family, it's an opportunity to bridge the gap between the people. Because people are one-to-one in front of you, rather than electronic communication. If you talk over the phone, this negative situation may amplify. So you are one-to-one physically, you can discuss and you can bridge the gaps what occurred previous to this COVID-19. And time for right evaluation. It's very, very important to have a right evaluation. If you have a right evaluation, definitely you can give a respect to the people. So right understanding is equally important. See, we only created the children. We cannot blame them because they're our guests. We have to treat them properly. If we treat them properly, that qualities inculcate in those family members, they definitely reflect it at a later stage. So if all the things goes well, then formation of the trust is very, very easy. Because of the trust and everything is happening. So the sun trusts the earth revolving around the sun, and we trust the earth, so we are on the earth. Gravitational force holding a bond for everybody, right? So trust is very, very important here. Coming to remedies, if the previous things are not worked out because of people are from different origin, different culture, different race, it may not work. By the time acceptance of the worst happened is the best way to be happy. All psychologists says accept it. So how it is possible? Sit in a comfortable position in one place and think in particular situation where you are panicked, what the worst possible situation may come in future. Next moment. then prepare for it mentally, face it. To face, you prepare. Then, if possible, search other possible solutions also. Once you accept, your conscious mind cool down, and the other faculty of the mind will support you to come with a possible solutions. If all the three is not work, then consider what is the right now, the time it is with your problem. Then you think of it. So suppose now it is of 10:10, then decide it. Another 11:20, 11:10, 10:10 to 11:10 is my time. What the best I can contribute to this situation I will do. I don't know what happens after 11:10 or 11:20. Don't worry about the next hour. So contribute the best in this 1 hour itself. What the result you get in this 1 hour, which tempo will increase and solution will be in a faster rate for a particular problem. If you don't know how to fight with the worries, so the following slogan will definitely communicate with you. Then coming to the next, you cannot have a positive life and a negative mind. If there is a positive life you are expectation, then it cannot possible through negative mind. So you have to retrain the mind, whatever happened in previous, you have to train it back to convert negative to positive. So you can just visualize this image. It is one more exercise to you. Just visualize the 3 dots on the face of this girl picture for 30 seconds. Just keep visualizing it. Keep saying without blinking your eyes. And turn toward the ceiling and blink fastly. You can see the girl's image in your ceiling. Are you observing the image at the ceiling? Yeah. So this negative picture formed the positive image. There you can, while fastly opening and closing your eyelashes. So here I want to communicate to you these things. What is that? Here is an ancient saints. They given some tools like meditation tools. So for example, the person is under depression, how it can be treated. Suppose the person is in confusion, how it can be treated. If the person is not coordinating with physical, emotional and mental faculties, how it can be treated. If person wants more energy to go ahead, how it can be treated. So it's called Simple Mind Fitness Program. In the Simple Mind Fitness Program, the first one I would like to address is self-talk. In psychology, we call it as auto-suggestion. It's very, very important. Self-motivation also, it promotes. What is that self-talk? Whatever you have, suppose 1 glass of water you had, then say yourself, I had a very beautiful water today. Good water I had. Because the mind weakness is to focus negative. But now we are giving a training to the mind to focus towards positive. How positive will form is the only way of the input. Input is either voice or visual or by kinesthetic. So we use 2, visual and the auditory. Just command yourself. Another example you can observe. For example, you are reading a newspaper. You don't want that particular news to be inside in your memory. Then say reject. Consciously you say reject, and it's a magic. It will work out. You try it. Reject 3 times, then automatically it rejects. Our students might have observed this. Whatever they fear that this may forget in the exam, they remember. Whatever casually they take, they remember, they may forget. Why it reverse happen? Because not train the mind properly, which one to store, which one to reject. And the second one is affirmative statements. So whatever the work or whatever the things happen, try to find positive things in that and converting into sentence and keep it. See, everybody likes the gold. To get a 10-gram gold, how much ores to be processed? People retain that gram gold, not the waste. Every person have waste as negative qualities. Don't focus on negative qualities. Only grams together positive qualities are there. If we want to increase our positive qualities in us, then we have to train our mind with positive affirmation statements. Every day you can write whatever area you want to improve, write some affirmation statements and keep repeating, then definitely the mind will work for you. Then later comes to the symbol meditation. This you see here, it is for depression, how the activity can be done. You can keep this, the first meditation picture in front of you. Then you can focus at any one point on the circumference and keep moving yourself either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Once you come back to the starting point, then shift your attention to the dot at the center. Then after 1 minute from the dot, you once again move to the starting point on the circumference and keep moving and close your eyes. You see the magic, your mind able to draw the circle and put the dot. So by doing this exercise, the momentary depression thoughts will vanish and you will be with your new thoughts which are supportive to the situation, to the person also. Then coming to the second, suppose a confusion. What to do, what right decision to take, so many things. By the time you can work with the second one here, this triangle and a circle and a dot. What this dot indicate? It is a microcosmos and the circle indicate the macrocosmos. Between micro and the macro, there are a lot of things to understand. While moving from micro to macrocosmos, your body starts vibrating and it gets the energy from the surrounding. And supportive mental faculties keep working. So the triangle indicates three things: physical, emotional, and mental faculties. What are these physical, emotional, and mental faculties? These are the three supportive traits for the development of a person. This triangle, you can see the strong base and two opposite faculties keep moving and it becomes united at the top called Bindu. There, everything is equal. Whatever the emotions you are fighting, those all becomes one at the Bindu itself. There, once you reach, there is the difference made by a thin layer between a subject and an object will vanish. If a difference between a subject and object, that is mind and body, vanish, both will sync together to form oneness. This is the blissful state. Sorry. In this blissful state, the body enjoys the more, and energy will be more, mind will be calm. This is what all our ancient people trying to get the blissful state while meditating. The last one is remember the objectives of life. We all human beings came to earth, but in the rat race, we forgot what are our objectives, why we born here, and what are our objectives to achieve. To identify our real objectives in life, you can use the fourth diagram where you can follow from the bottom how the arrow is moving, move upward the range, and once you reach the top, drop down to the bottom, and once again you keep moving for a minute together. So if you do an exercise, this exercise for 3 minutes, then it will focus, the mind will focus towards your life objectives. And it helps you to meet your objectives as early as possible rather than beating a bush. Then coming to the fitness, yoga. Every people speak about the fitness. Fitness is very, very important. But rather than a body fitness, mind fitness is very much important. Because to do an yoga, person must also have a yoga in his life. Means the mind. So focus the mind towards yoga. Yoga, of course, yoga instructors are required and online classes are going on. You can match up your time with the online classes. You can get instruction from the instructor and you can practice. But simple yoga, what I am suggesting here, you do Surya Namaskara regularly. That is the best yoga for everybody. Surya Namaskara, with following the instructions, either you take it from the instructor or you take it from any literature or online, practice Surya Namaskar. How many times you have to practice? You have to practice according to your age number. Suppose you are of 30 years of age, you have to do 30 Surya Namaskar. That include all the yogic bhangis and all yogic postures that rejuvenate the body and salute to the real energy source every day you are doing. But the second one is, when the early morning you do the Surya Namaskar, you get surplus energy in the Surya Nadi. But In the evening, the excess energy to be suppressed and cool down. Body has to be cooled down. That is through Chandra Nadi. What you do? You have to do Chandra Namaskar in the evening. The postures are available. You can follow Chandra Namaskar in the evening. How much you did Surya Namaskar in the early morning, half of that count you have to do Chandra Namaskar in the evening. At the end, you can do Shavasana and you can relax it and you focus towards these symbols to obtain the real objectives of the life without disturbing yourself during and after the pandemic COVID-19. And precautions, of course, sharing for caring. We have to take care of all the precautions, whatever the health department or nation, higher authorities they give, we have to follow it properly. In case any symptoms, so we have to call 104 for the emergency to treat the people. Finally, I want to say, you are only safe as long as you take precautions. Very, very important. To take precautions, your mind must be with you. How to make your mind with you? Train it properly, command it properly. Definitely, mind works for you. There is a next challenging situation is a global psychological pandemic is on its way. Of course, whatever the physical pandemic you are observing, but the next stage, people have to be fit with mind. Otherwise, it's very difficult to handle the psychological issues further. So the final conclusion of today's program is maintain a mantra, cooperation, coordination for the coexistence along with the virus, the COVID-19. So COVID-19, you can fight against that only once you improve your immunity power. So how you can have an immunity power? You follow all Indian traditional foods and homemade foods, be hygienic and be sportive, talk to people, maintain distance. These are the precautions help you further. Yeah. Thank you very much. My session ends now. I sincerely thanks for the opportunity given. Our beloved principal, Dr. B. Sadashivegowda, always motivating us, and the physics department who organized the program to help globally the people how to command the body through the mind. I sincerely thanks to my electrical department, those who constantly cooperate and support to me to extend my valuable instructions to the society. Thank you very much.